This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit, Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hello, this is Tjay Era, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Tjay Era. How are you, TJ?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good as well. Can you tell us where the eras will be next event-wise?
My next event is actually in January. It will be on January. I forgot the date, but it's like the first week of January. I'm so bad with remembering things, but I'm pretty much done for the year until January. So, a nice little break.
Yeah, especially for the holidays.
Oh yeah.
And where can we find you on social media and your merchandise?
Oh, so my Instagram is going to be Tjay Era. That's TJAY, and then the number 3 RA. And you can also find me on Facebook at Tjay Era, and also on TikTok at Tjay Era. And I have links to all of my content, my YouTube channel, everything. You can DM me directly for merch and everything else, because that's the only way you can get it right now.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You work for Phoenix Wrestling Experience. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company?
Yeah, so Phoenix Wrestling Experience in Augusta, Georgia, is actually my home promotion. I started working there about 2 years ago, and I have been able to grow as a wrestler. I have been able to grow as a human being, and most importantly, I have been able to make bonds and relationships with a lot of people I hold dear to me.
So it very much is the home promotion.
Yes.
Alright. Now, home is where the heart is, but there are some rivalries as well. Can you tell us about your ongoing rivalry with D'Angelo?
Of course. So, D'Angelo and myself, we started off. He started, I think, maybe a year after I did. But we also like trained together, like for the bulk of me knowing him. So this rivalry we have together, it kind of stemmed when we both kind of experienced something, and we kind of had to pull together to make something special out of what we had. What we were doing was actually just, it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was thrown together, but it was not in the cards. But because we did what we did when we got the opportunity, it kind of triggered this entire storyline that has been happening since this time last year. So this has been a very, very long rivalry, and it's been good, doing it with D'Angelo, because like I said, we have like the history with how we trained and wrestling each other for all these years, traveling roads with each other. So that's pretty cool to see that storyline develop. And even though it's a year long, it just still has a lot of layers that we have not like gotten in touch with yet.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you not too long ago you won a number one contenders match to wrestle him for the heavyweight title, no?
I did, yeah, I did, and I was, screwed out of that title again, in the hands of D'Angelo. So, uh, that was about, I think that was in the summer actually. I had won a number one contenders match, and I was set to face him at Fort Gordon, and I did, and he cheated along with his stablemate, and here we are.
But it doesn't seem like anything was resolved at that time. It is just kind of it keeps going, so to speak.
Yeah, like it's a kind of a touch and go thing. Uh, so I got injured, so I had to leave, but then I came back to pick up right where we left off, but this time with like uh a different kind of feel to it. Like because sometimes if you don't do things the right way, they can get stale. So this has a different feel to it. There's a different motivation here. There's something different, and I think that's the best thing that people get to see is the way this has layers. Like I spoke about layers earlier, but
Right.
this is how people get to see there are different layers and different motivations for these characters.
What would it mean to you to finally take the title off of D'Angelo?
Well, I mean, so it would have like what also D'Angelo doesn't have the title right now, so
Oh, okay.
um, yeah, but you know, just not even thinking about the title, just having that moment where I finally put him away, like get him out of my way so that I can get back to my main goal. I think that would be the greatest thing. Sometimes it's not about the title. And in this case, this rivalry, it does not have to have a title involved at this point anymore.
So it is very much personal.
Yes.
But you are, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are still looking for your first singles title, no?
Yes, I'm currently still looking for my first singles title. And it has been a very, very hard, long journey. But, cream always rises. And I see myself being that champion very, very soon.
What would what would that moment mean to you to finally capture your first singles title?
It would mean a great deal, honestly, just because as wrestling goes, there's a lot of different avenues. There's a lot of different, journeys that we all take. And mine just so happens to be like a very, very, very long, hard, rough journey. So to finally be able to overcome those odds and to capture gold, I think it would mean a great deal, not only to me, but to the people who supported me and stayed by my side throughout everything. So, I mean, I can't even describe what I would feel in the moment. I just know that it would be a great payoff for me and my struggles and my victories and everything I've done up to this point.
Hell yeah. Well, one of the matches you've been in a War Games match that actually featured the Beer City Bruiser from Ring of Honor alumni. What was that match like? And being in the ring with Beer City?
So that match was really, really fun. It was really, really cool. I was very nervous about it when I first heard about it. And then, like, when we finally got, to the building, I'm seeing the rings and the cages. I am, just mesmerized by it. And then also having the opportunity to be in a match with Bear City, who's amazing, by the way. It was pretty fun, he was very, very helpful. We had a lot of fun. The nerves went away. The nerves went away just because when you're in a ring with true professionals and people who will protect you and know what they're doing, like it just, it makes you feel better, especially in a match like that.
Yeah, I definitely get it. And I mean, just being in a War Games match in general, I would imagine would be a bit nerve-wracking, no?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because it's just a bunch of like it's just a bunch of steel. Um, and I'm used to being in just a regular ring, no double rings, no cage surrounding it. So it was a very unique experience and one that I hope that I get to experience again. You know, some probably and hopefully on a bigger stage.
Hell yeah. Now, another match you was in was a five-way match involving Rob Killjoy. Obviously, Rob Killjoy, a very well-known, respected name on the independents. What was that match like?
Any match with Rob Killjoy is very eye opening because Rob brings a lot of knowledge because he's been doing this for so long. So Rob brings a lot of knowledge. He's very helpful. You know, again, he's one of the ones that will protect you. He makes sure that you're good, and he also like gives you critiques and he advises you, and he only wants to see people be better. Rob has always been, you know, the type of person who helps people improve. So that's also a very good thing to have because not everyone will give you that. But Rob makes it his business to, you know, be helpful and to, you know, help you be better, help you realize like certain mistakes, and helps. It's just he's just a very good veteran, and that's a good thing to have. Um, a lot of people don't have that, but Rob, you know, he's very like he's the ideal veteran in my opinion.
Absolutely. Shout out to Rob, a friend of the show. Now, can you tell us about that time you wrestled Fire Plant Mario?
Which one?
Well, you wrestled Super Mario?
Oh yeah, so that was very fun. You know, never in a million years would I have thought that I would wrestle Super Mario at a video game con. Uh, that was awesome. Like I didn't know what to expect with that, and that's the kind of wrestling that keeps you on your toes. Like you don't expect to say, "Hey, guess what? I fought Super Mario at a video game con." Like it was so fun. I got hit with shells. I got hit with the fireballs, and the crowd was super into it. It was very unique experience. Shout out to the Pro Wrestling Turbo. Uh, they always handle, you know, wrestling well. They give you great opportunities, and that was like probably one of my favorite opportunities.
You were, correct me if I'm wrong, Barrett in that match, no?
What's that?
You was a video game character as well, Barrett, no?
Yes, Barrett. I was Barrett in that match, and that was honestly the first time that I think that I really stepped out of the box in wrestling. Uh, because I was uncomfortable because I've never done anything like that before. So I had the cigar, I had the dog tags, I had the attitude. It was pretty fun. And I think that kind of helped me grow as a character too because it was something I have not done. So I was put in a spot where I was able to try something new, and I went out and I had a lot of fun doing it because you have a room full of people who know who your cosplaying is, and it's just like interesting and it's so heartwarming to see people come together in wrestling with something like so special, like Barrett versus Super Mario. Like, come on, man.
Was that the first time that you've been somebody other than TJ Era?
Yeah, that is like the first time cosplaying as someone in wrestling, and I honestly I don't think I do it enough. I see a lot of people do that and incorporate that into their characters, and I have a great deal of respect for them because it's not easy to do.
Who would you like to maybe cosplay as going forward in the ring?
Who would I like to cosplay as? That's a very good question. I mean, I really love Ghostface, so that would be cool. I would love to cosplay as Squirtle as well. I mean, he is the best Pokemon.
Hmm.
Uh, the possibilities are endless. Like I should actually write a list and just day by day just check what I want to cosplay as off that list. That would be super dope.
It sounds like you're already starting that list. You already
Uh-huh.
got your names on
I
it.
am, yes.
Speaking of cosplay, Ericademia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you murder her during training once?
I did. I did. And that is a very, very haunting video still, even after all these years. Um, that was my first time actually having something go viral, so it's kind of weird seeing, there are a lot of weird comments, a lot of funny comments, and a lot of borderline insane in comments. So that was cool, and it just happened during one of our training matches. I hit that punch a lot back in those days. So I mean, I didn't think anything of it at the time, but apparently the internet really enjoyed me murdering Ericademia.
When did you find out that, I mean, first and foremost, that it was even being, recorded and that, it had gone viral as much as it actually did?
So I remember it because we usually recorded our matches anyway.
Okay.
But in this specific time, they recorded it, and I like went home and went to bed as usual. And then I woke up the next morning, and Erica had messaged me and was like, Teach, I think we went viral." So she started sending me like how many people were viewing it, and then the numbers kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And I was like, oh my. Like it was just a very, very fun few days. And even to this day, like multiple times throughout the year, I'm scrolling Instagram or something, and that video pops up, or someone tags me in it. Like that could be on Instagram, that could be on TikTok, it could be anywhere. I just get tagged in it all the time. So me personally, I don't think I will ever live this video down.
I mean, there's worse things to be known for, I would
Right?
say. Um, I mean, hey, at least there was a comedy aspect to it, I would say.
Yeah. It was very, very comical. I give it that. So it's very fun. It actually opened up a lot of new fans of mine and also Erica's to see someone new. So that was pretty fun.
Now, now you, aside from, your wrestling, sometimes you have a manager, sometimes you don't. Could you kind of tell us about Tommy Thomas?
Yeah. So I remember when I first started wrestling, Tommy Thomas was a big part of Pure and PWX. So I found out about him through that avenue. I didn't actually meet him until way later on, but I had an idea of who he was and who he managed. So when I found out that I was going to be in a faction where Tommy Thomas was the manager, I kind of geeked out a little bit because when you first start training, you are like subject to seeing like a lot of people who you idolize, people who you've seen on bigger stages and like in great matches, great moments. So to be able to say, I remember watching him manage this group when I was in training, and now he's like managing me. It's kind of like a full circle moment. It's one of those things where it's something money can't buy. It's just the overall feeling of that. It's like being a child and having like a dream come true. Something something that way. It's hard to describe, and I'm a very, very emotional person sometimes. So seeing like these things happen, they kind of make me, a little teary eyed just because of, you know, the journey of in itself, and also like these moments like this.
Do you think that you'll ever have a man in your corner again? A manager?
Uh, I think, you know, anything is possible. I would never deny having a manager, but I don't know. If it happens, it happens. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I would like to have another manager. It just has to make sense.
Right. No, I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't say you are, a very big individual.
Yeah.
And you kind of remiss it of, Yokozuna or Bam Bam Bigelow. Um, when did you find out, like, that you could actually move that quickly and that athletically at your size? Was it during pro
Oh,
wrestling training, or did you kind of know you had that in your back pocket?
so I played a lot of sports when I was a kid. So I was very, very active. I was always doing something. So it wasn't really a surprise that, I was able to move that way. I've always been kind of athletically gifted in some avenues. So um, being able to do that kind of athleticism in this sport, it's not surprising. It's not at all, honestly. Like I said, I've always been athletically, gifted. So, uh, but I do have a very huge respect for the likes of Bam Bam and Yokozuna because of, this wrestling is not easy. And then on top of that, adding your own athletic gifts on top of it is this is a very, very big thing. And I don't think people understand how hard it is.
I've seen you, go to the top rope. Um, is there any workshopping of trying to do a moonsault?
Workshopping, so I have this thing where there are so many people who do moonsaults, especially like at a bigger size. And there are other wrestlers who are a lot bigger than I am. And I think everyone kind of defaults to a moonsault. So I have told myself that I don't want to hit a moonsault. So I'm trying to workshop a 450 instead, just to have another boom gotcha when it's time. Just to stand out and be different.
I got you. All right. Um, now, can you tell us about working backstage for a New Japan TNA show?
That was probably one of the better times of my life, just because I was just not afraid to say starstruck. I see a lot of people on TV and a lot of people in New Japan that I idolize, a lot of people that I watch, and to be in that same area and you know being able to make connections with them and get advice and whatnot, or just talk life, not even just wrestling, just talking life with them. It's kind of a great thing. I had so much fun just picking brains and making connections. It's something that just creates a whole different mindset for you, especially with wrestling. It just creates a whole different mindset because you think these people are a certain way, but at the end of the day, they're all human. And then you meet them and you're like, oh, you're just like me. You have the same interests as me. Like, you eat the same food that I eat. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a very down to earth moment to where people just enjoy being themselves and not being who they are on TV.
Who was giving you advice?
So you had, Kevin Knight. He was one of the ones. Uh, I think we met Kevin in the Charlotte uh, when we did New Japan in Charlotte. And he kind of, was always around, always showing like support, showing love. And you would talk to him, and he would does just give you, some good advice about wrestling and just keep it going. So he was one of the ones that I remember right off the top of my head, and it's always good to see him where he is right now, just because he's just a good person in general.
Uh, Being backstage for, a show like that, obviously New Japan and then TNA, all higher on the totem pole. Is that, a window into a world you'd like to be a part of?
Of course, I think everyone has dreams of, not everyone, but a lot of people have dreams of being under contract, and yeah, it really just it motivates you to, you know, get to that place, because being able to be in a place where you're on TV and you're able to get better and you're able to have these dream matches and you're able to travel, it's kind of a good feeling, a good thing to think about. Um, just being in that environment where everyone is kind of like goal oriented and on the same wavelength. Yeah, that is the ultimate goal. Just seeing everyone with the backstage camaraderie. Everyone just being them. Talking about their matches, getting critiques. Just overall getting better is what motivates me on that avenue. Just being signed to be better.
Um, and you kind of had a bit of a moment with Jon Moxley, no?
I did. I did. That was in New York. That was one of the greatest times, just because I didn't know it was happening, and I was like, I'm I'm surprised that like that shows that you really did your research, because that was that was a moment I won't forget, just because I didn't expect it. So whenever you see me on that footage, that was just like a genuine reaction, because yeah, Jon Mox is the man, and I remember telling that story 20 times a day whenever we got back to anyone who would listen. Like, again, it's the moments. The moments matter most, and that was a big moment.
Oh yeah. Jon Moxley came from literally right up behind you.
Yes.
And I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. How was the catering for New Japan?
Oh, always good. Always good. It was good. They feed you real nice. It's always a good thing to figure out what you're going to eat that day. It's so fun.
All right. Um, Now you actually make your own gear as well. Um, can you tell us about why you decided to make your own gear and what goes into it?
So yeah, I my current sets, the two sets that I have right now, I did not make those, but up until then, yes, I personally made my own gear. It was just something I decided to do because when I first started, I heard a lot about people like overcharging for gear or it taking so long to get gear. So I was like, okay, well, that's going to be fun. And then the pandemic happened, and then I just randomly saw a YouTube video about sewing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own gear. And I kind of just had the idea just for a little bit. I didn't actually do it until I saw that Bianca Belair was making her own gear. And her making her own gear kind of, opened my eyes because her stuff was really good. So I started watching YouTube videos, and then I started off with my aunt's old sewing machine, and then I went to the sewing store, went to the fabric store, and picked up fabric and just went in and just started sewing. I didn't have like a guide or anything. I just learned it strictly off of YouTube. So for the first few years, I just made my own gear, just picking out and ordering fabric and being like, oh, okay, that probably works. Oh, that works, and then just sewing it. And I just got a lot better at it. And then, unfortunately, like my time to make gear kind of like phased out, so I didn't have time to do it. So I had to start outsourcing and ordering gear, but I have been thinking about making my own stuff more. So I probably will be making my own gear again very soon. So that's something, another avenue to look forward to.
I imagine, learning from YouTube, it's definitely a trial and error type thing. How was like the first like couple of pieces that you made? How did they come out?
So the first one, I remember I actually kind of tried to be advanced when I shouldn't have been. So my first set, it was using this black pleather material. It's like a shiny black material. It was horrible. Not like horrible as in it looked bad, but the technique just was not there. So I didn't know how spandex worked, how sewing spandex worked. So I was kind of just like doing it just to get a rep in. They turned out to be like, I wouldn't say they were bad, but they weren't very good either. Um, so that was it didn't look as bad as I thought it would. I'll give you that. It didn't look as bad as I thought it would. And then just like with each set and with each you know session of sewing, I just got better and better at it.
What was your favorite gear that you made?
My favorite gear that I made was probably I used a pink zebra stripe, and it had uh like studs of the glitter and stuff on it. That one, and it had like that half had the zebra print, and the other half had like pink and black bandana material. So that one was my favorite one to make, just because it was different. Um, and a lot went into it. There were many times where I had to like rip the seams and start over with that gear. It gave me a run for my money, but it was actually my favorite set to make and to wear.
You mentioned maybe going back to making your own gear. Any ideas? Any ideas for new gear? What was you thinking about making?
I have a lot of ideas, but this time I'm going to probably use a lot less of the pre-sparkled material, and probably just go with just regular spandex, and then adding on the jewels and whatever as I see fit. But I think the regular spandex actually works best just to work with, just um, from experience. So it's going to be a lot of basic things, but they're going to be basic and unique as well.
I gotcha. And I mean, if you're going back to creating your own gear, you could maybe probably make that ghost face and squirrel gear that you wanted to do
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
oh yeah, that's already in my mind right there. Just finding out and finding gear, not gear, but material to match that gear that I'm thinking about. So yeah.
All right, think it's time for TJ's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell
hmm
us a road story that fits that description?
yeah. So I remember I think we were in Charlotte, and it was late at night. We had just got done during doing a show, and we were headed back, and we were driving down the road, and we heard uh police sirens, but we didn't see them. So we're still focused on the road. A car comes speeding past, and like it's like a actual high speed chase right in front of our eyes. Uh, so the car comes speeding past, and then like six cop cars behind it. So we were like, "Oh wow, a high speed chase! That's probably the most bizarre thing that we're going to see tonight." But it wasn't, because like a few feet up the road, where there was an apartment complex on fire.
What the
So
hell?
that was fun to go from seeing a high speed police chase to an entire building being on fire. Um, I wouldn't say fun, but a very interesting night. Uh, of course, but with wrestling, there are so many different. I think the best part about wrestling, people don't understand that the travels in between are probably the best parts because it's so funny. It's so funny. Like you have to have a good group of people in the car because the experience is so funny. It could go any way. So many different things happen. So many memories. Uh, oh man, that's probably one of my favorite parts about wrestling is just the road trips and the making memories with people. It is so it's a good experience. It's a good thing to have, and you always want to remember those.
Definitely. Sounds like it was a very memorable experience that one night.
Oh yeah.
Alright, now can you tell us about your love of Scream?
Oh yeah. So, Scream, the first Scream, is one of my favorite horror movies. It's a very very fine piece of art, and just the whole concept of the movies from that time period and how it was like something that hadn't been done before and seeing its cultural impact on like Hollywood and horror movies is kind of fun because um just I don't think I've ever had a favorite movie before until Scream, but it's just a very fine piece of art. And then you have the other movies, of course, and then the whole concept of Ghostface is like so cool just because it never gets old. It just changes actors. It never gets old. Um, so that's how my like love of Scream came about. Just the acting, the cultural impacts, just the whole entire thing.
You said that the first one was your favorite.
Yeah,
What's your second favorite?
the of the Scream series,
Yeah.
probably Scream 2.
Oh, so we'll go in order.
Uh, I mean, probably not because Scream 2 is a lot um it's a lot different than the first one. But also I think the I if I had to put a list together, Scream 3 would probably be my least favorite one.
Why is that?
I it just like I didn't understand the whole Cotton story, how the whole Roman Cotton story. It just I mean, it felt kind of like weird, the writing. I don't know like if it's because certain people were supposed to die, but I I just didn't, relate to that one as much just from a, creative standpoint. So that's one of the reasons why I put that one on the far end of my favorites of the series.
I gotcha. How did you feel about the new series? I think it was five through. I mean, we're coming up on seven, but five and six.
So I think that it was a great, spin-off tale. I don't know if we'll ever get to see the, ending of it, but I think it was good for what it was worth. The last film that they did, the one in New York City, I think that one captured the essence of the first Scream a lot. So I'm very excited to see the next installment in a series because my girl Sydney Prescott is back. That's all I care about.
All right. Well, can you tell us about your love of comic books, DC, Marvel?
So I really sold myself short on the whole comic book aspect just because I don't believe I have enough time to actually like go to a book store and to like pick out comics. So I just find myself, just watching a lot of the old movies and uh, you know, just going back and reading, sub articles about the franchises and the stories just to bring myself up on game about what's coming next or what could be next or what has already happened. So there's that. I'm not a big comic book person personally, just because I don't have enough time.
But you're taking in the media.
Yeah, a lot of the media, of course. It's easier that way.
What shows are you watching? What's your favorite, I should say?
My favorite, like Marvel film.
Marvel or DC?
My favorite Marvel film would probably be Spider-Man. I'm a big Spider-Man nerd. So, the one with all three Spider-Men, I think that one was pretty nostalgic, and I think it was a pretty good step forward. Um, just because I really love the Green Goblin,
Oh yeah.
and I really love William Dafoe, so that kind of went hand in hand. It was a very very good mark out moment for me, just because you have Spider-Man who. Uh, of course, you have Tobey Maguire, who was the first MCU Spider-Man, and you have William Dafoe, who was the first MCU Green Goblin. And then they're coming back years later in this film, and to see them like mature and with a different aspect, it was kind of fun. I appreciated that. So yeah, that was fun having them there, and that's probably like my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, William Dafoe was good in the original Spider-Man
Hmm.
movie, but I feel like he really killed it in the last one, No
He
Way Home.
did. Yep.
Like, we got to see, like, maybe a couple more layers to that character, and he was just so evil and
Yeah,
sinister.
it was so. Yeah, that's what the part about it. It was like he was so good at being evil and sinister. So it kind of just like made me feel things. It just made me feel good.
Right. And
Like he power bombed Spider Man through an apartment complex. Like that was gold. That was great.
I mean, it's just kind of goes to show you how great his Green Goblin was in that movie, because like
Oh
there
yeah.
was like five other villains in that
Oh
movie,
yeah.
and Green Goblin is only the only one people usually talk about.
Yeah. I didn't care about any other one but Green Goblin. He had my full attention.
Oh yeah. Hey, can you tell us about your love of video games?
Also, I'm a very big video game person. I play a lot of, of course, WWE 2K, but I also play a lot of, farmer sims, like a lot of calming, role playing games, because sometimes I don't always want to be in action. Of course, you have your Grand Theft Autos and your sports games, but I'm a sucker for a very, very calm, grind it out, build up a farm, build up a workshop kind of farmer sim, meeting townies, and just creating kind of video game person. So yeah, and I've been making a lot of time for video games, which I kind of neglected before, but I've been finding myself like making time to like actually play video games again, and I've been drastically happier.
You you talked about the sim games, Animal Crossings.
I don't have like I really want to switch. I do want to switch because I do want to play Animal Crossing. But no, I'm like big on like the Planet Coasters, Disney Dreamlight Valley, or if it's just the regular Sims, I'm big on those. Or my time at Sandrock, my time at Porsche, those kind of farmer Sims. They're very very relaxing, and there's no rush. You can just take your time and unwind, relax, do quests, meet people. It's fun. It's relaxing. There's no pressure.
Right. Well, Grand Theft Auto is you have to steal this car, you
Oh
have to
yeah.
shoot this person.
Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto Online triggers like everything in me just because it's so chaotic, and sometimes I like the chaos, but most times I like to just chill and build. Just it's a night and day experience. So
I gotcha. Are you looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6?
I want to say yes, but if I say yes, that means it'll get here slower. So no.
I mean, it's already been what, like 8 years?
Yeah, they announced it so early that they actually announced it like 2 years ago. So to see the delays happen in real time has kind of like messed me up just because the game looks so good and I just know it's going to be amazing. So the fact that they keep delaying it is kind of angering me. But what can you do? I just try to tell myself I don't care, so that it like releases sooner, and hopefully with no more delays.
I got you. I mean, you don't want. I mean, yes, delays, but you don't want it to be, another, cyberpunk incident.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I'm all for that, but I just wanted them. They should have like announced it later so that the delays wouldn't hit different, because it went from like, oh yeah, we're delaying it by 6 months to, oh, actually we're delaying it by a year.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
that was rough. That was rough because I was looking forward to playing it this spring, but now you just have to wait until next holiday season. So that's fun.
Now I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every
hmm
movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first three songs on your movie soundtrack?
Uh, the first three songs on my movie soundtrack would probably be "Don't You Forget About Me."
Okay.
The second one would probably be "Give Me the Loot" by the Notorious B.I.G. And then the third one would probably be "The Show Goes On" by Lupe Fiasco.
Okay. Well, definitely a solid three picks to say the least.
Uh
Now,
huh.
now that we got the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Okay, so like a younger me, or just like uh, a kid me, or an adult me?
Whatever version of you you'd like to cast. There's really no
So
rules here.
okay. So I'll pick the kid version, and then I'll pick the adult version.
Okay.
So the kid version, actually, I just found out about this actor from the Welcome to Derry series. The guy who plays Will, I would get him to
Okay.
play me as a kid, and then for an adult me, hmm, uh, I don't know. Let me think. I have to think about this one.
Pull up that
Uh,
good Google if you need to. IDBM, I believe it's called.
I think, who would I want to play adult me? Someone once told me that I look like Big Crit, so I would get Big Crit to play me.
Okay. Now that we have you casted, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be three people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Uh, I would have Angela Bassett play one of my aunts, of course.
Okay.
Uh, I would have, hmm, I would have Michael B. Jordan play. I think I would have Michael B. Jordan play my coach. I think I would have Michael B. Jordan play my coach,
Okay.
and and then the final casting would be Loretta Devine as my grandmother. That's a dream casting. That's perfect. It took me a while to get that, but that's perfect. That is perfect.
Alright. Now this is sounding like a great movie. A
Uh-huh.
blockbuster to say the least. And
Yeah.
you could pre-order the tickets now.
Exactly. Yup.
Now onto a controversial subject.
hmm
Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Pineapple was made to be on pizza.
Okay. So we are very pro pineapple.
Very pro pineapple. And I will not take any slander about pineapple being on pizza because that's blasphemous.
Okay, so you're ready to throw hands for pineapple
Of
on
course,
pizza.
I'm always ready to throw hands about pineapple on pizza because that's where it belongs.
Okay. Pineapple belongs on pizza. He
Yep,
told you so.
yep.
I,
The perfect pizza is probably like doing a barbecue chicken pizza and then adding the pineapples plus jalapenos. Whew, that's perfect. That is a perfect pairing. Or pepperoni and pineapple, or bacon and pineapple. See, the pineapple possibilities are endless. I could go on and on about this. Very pro pineapple.
Alright. I feel like you kind of answered this question already, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What's your spirit Pokemon?
Squirtle.
And I was correct.
You are correct.
We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
No.
T is for terrible, H
Uh-huh.
is for hell, U
Uh-huh.
is for ugly, and G is for jail. 'Cause a Doug can't spell.
That is actually like very interesting. I like went on like a roller coaster of emotions just then. Like that's some great literary work. Like that needs to be put in like the literature museum.
Yes, Tracy was a wordsmith of his generation. Uh, we love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show. Now, weirdest question you'll ever be asked on a wrestling interview,
Hmm.
hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical rock.
Um, I mean, if the moment presents itself and it makes sense, I will wrestle anything.
Okay, so very open to wrestling a rock.
Very open to wrestling a rock. Very, very open.
Alright. Uh, well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Uh, you said that is a match that lasted for 2 weeks.
Yes, it was a 2 week Iron Man match.
Oh, uh, you know what? You learn something new every single day, because that was very new information for me.
Yes, and Mike did not win that match either, so it was a waste of 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, he probably deserved it. He probably deserved it.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You know what? I see myself being under contract with one of the companies. Don't know which one. Uh, I see myself, finally being able to learn from some of the greatest minds in wrestling, traveling to different cities, traveling across the world, making more memories, having memorable matches, learning more. Like, my big thing is learning, like, learning from the greats. That's one of my biggest things, and like, just being in a place where I can spread my art across the world, being in a place where I can have people see the work that I do. Having people that relate to me, having people that say they don't give up because of me. It's stuff like that. The money is one thing, but the memories, the traveling, the food, like being an inspiration, being a person that you needed when you were a kid. That's what it's all about, in my opinion. So that's where I see myself in 5 years, still doing the same thing, but just at a different level, at a bigger level.
And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
That would probably be the. It was a 5-man match, and it was at Phoenix, and I believe it is on my YouTube channel. It is I believe a 5-way or a 4-way, and it was for the number one contenders match in for the PWE Championship. There's that one, and then any match with Aaron Berry. Again, I'll link these. They're in my YouTube playlist. So any match with Aaron Berry is probably one of my favorites. And then there's that match with D'Angelo, which happened like almost a year ago. Those are pretty good, but it's hard to pick. But there's a playlist. Have fun with it. A lot of my matches are there, and I'll continue updating it. But yeah, that's my answer.
Who was in the 4-way, may I ask?
It was myself, Marcus Minos, uh, I think Gavin. I forgot his name, Gavin, and then there was some. I'm sorry, I don't remember the guys' names, but it was a pretty good match. I hadn't met them prior. But yeah, it was a really good match.
Gotcha. Right, I will find those on your YouTube page, and I will put a link to them in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen them, wants to see them, wants to re-see them after this interview. Your YouTube as a whole is going to be in the description of the video below as well, so people could binge all things Tjay Era as well.
Yes, yeah, that would be good. That's perfect. That is perfect.
Yes, and since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Okay.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
John Cena.
Worst wrestler.
I don't know.
Would you like the default answer?
Yes.
You have chosen Eva Marie.
Oh boy.
You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Braun Breaker.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Eddie Guerrero's second theme that he only used like twice.
Is that the one with the cell phone ring at the beginning?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Alive and kicking.
We would have also accepted. Tastes great on toast. Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
Vegetable.
It is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic.
Uh-huh.
New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Mostly trunk, but a little butt cheek action is like it sells a lot.
Okay, so like around 10%.
10% butt cheek action, yes.
Gotcha. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, but I'm sure that is like gonna happen maybe soon. I hope.
And that's the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Oh, no problem at all. It was great being on.
Absolutely. Once again, where can we find you on social media and merchandise?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at TJAY number 3RA. That's TJ Era. YouTube TJ Era and Facebook TJ Era as well. TJAYERA.
And merchandise DM you, correct?
Yeah, merchandise. If you want merchandise, just DM me and I will get it to you.
Perfect. And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn short. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at WRESTLINGWITHE on X, Reddit, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment, okay?
Yeah.
For our very special guest, Tjay Era, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.